Hi, Wellness Warriors. I'm Melissa with Mental Muscle Wellness, and today I want to talk about resistance bands and how to properly anchor them. If you followed me on my blog for a while, you know that I'm a huge fan of these. I think that they are an amazing tool that you can use if you like to have options available to exercise at home. And you can do a ton of things with them. They come in a bunch of different styles and different strength levels as well. Typically, they're even sold in 3-packs that you get light, medium, heavy. And again, you can get them in a variety of different styles. What I have for you right here is a traditional flat band. If any of you have ever been to physical therapy, you probably had a therapist cut you a length of this to take home and do exercises with at some point. But you can find these, you can find the tubes that have handles on them, or you can find the loop bands that come in small, we often call those booty bands, or really long lengths on those as well. But what I really want to talk about today is how to properly anchor these. Most of us have in our arsenal of at-home exercises things that we can do with the resistance bands or tubes that we're using our own body to anchor these. So we're standing on the middle of them as we're doing an exercise, bicep curls, that kind of thing. But you can also anchor these using a door and a special little loop. This is actually called a door anchor. Sometimes the kits will actually come with these. I'll link a couple from Amazon down below in the description box. And they all look about the same. It's usually a little strap of webbing, has a loop in the middle. And then there's usually, I'm not sure how well you guys can actually see this on camera, there's usually an end that is slightly thicker, and sometimes they actually come with a physical piece right here. But that's the end that you actually stick in the door. But it's important that if you're going to do an exercise that you need to anchor with a door, that you know how to do it properly, okay? So the first step is actually choosing the right door. If you're at home, and particularly if your home or apartment or condo or wherever you're living is newer construction, that's critically important. A lot of interior doors that we find on bedrooms or bathrooms or closets are actually hollow in the middle, and those, generally speaking, are not strong enough to hold the anchor with the resistance band on it in place while you're doing exercises. So if that's the case for you, you want to go to an exterior door. These are generally meant to stop home invasion and to be fireproof, so they're solid in the middle, they're much heavier, so they're able to withstand being the anchor point for a resistance band exercise. The other thing that an exterior door will very often have that some interior doors won't is a locking mechanism. And again, that's actually really important, and I'll show you why in a minute. Okay? So the first thing that you want to do is you want to take the anchor that you have, whatever specific style it is, and you want to pull the loop so that it's open, and you want to take your resistance band or tube and loop it so that it is halfway through, so that the middle of it is hanging actually from the door anchor, okay? Once you're there, all you have to do is open said door, okay? And again, that spot that's thickened on the opposite end of where your resistance band is hanging down, you're just going to loop that over the top of the door and then close the door. I always do a little pull check and just make sure that it's actually caught on the other side. I think that's important. A few times it has happened to me where it didn't catch and it comes pulling down, and you just want to make sure that you're doing that check and that happens to you while you check and not while you're actually trying to do chest presses, because that can end really badly. But after you get it here, what I always like to tell everyone to do is to actually lock your door. It gives you an extra added layer of security. Again, especially if you're doing one of those exercises where you're using larger muscle groups. If you're doing chest push presses, or if you're doing lat pull downs where you're using a large muscle and you're going to be creating more force, the more solid that you can get the door, the more solid your anchor is, and the more likely that you're going to be successful and not have any problems with the actual resistance band during your exercise. So again, once you're anchored, you got to have the door locked. Just give it another little pull, make sure that you're ready to go, and then you are ready to go ahead and start your exercise. So this is anchoring from the top. You can follow the same exact steps. They're simple enough. And you can actually anchor the resistance band with the side of the door as well. Just move it down into the side. Close it around the anchor. Give it that little check that it's actually caught on the opposite side of the door. And then go ahead and lock your door. This is a great anchor position for exercises where you're pushing or pulling straight across from your body. So if you're going to do a row type exercise or something like that, sometimes you want to have it anchored between your shoulder and your waist level rather than up at the top of the door. So I hope you find this video informational. And if you like what I do, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you're notified when I upload. And until next time, be well, friends.